What's going on? TK coming at you. Just want to talk to you guys about uh, Bitcoin in terms of gold because Bitcoin surpassed the gold price a long time ago, and you still have gold bugs talking about how that's fake money. Well, let me drop some education on you guys in terms of the Comdex gold price is based primarily on paper shorts and not based on actual physical delivery in terms of what people buy and sell in gold. So it's a make-believe price that they come up with every day, and it's not in reality, just like the stock market. Whereas Bitcoin is a physical market based on supply and demand. The underlying technology behind Bitcoin is the blockchain, which essentially is nothing but a credit card ledger that records all transactions. So when a transaction hits the blockchain, it's recorded. There's no shorts, there's no derivatives, there's no lying. So actual money in and money out gets put in a record that everyone can see. So the fact that, excuse me, the fact that the market cap within Bitcoin is in the billions is actual recorded money. It's actual technology that takes the time to put that money in and money out in a Quicken type application. So it's true supply and demand. That's the reason why the Shanghai Gold Fix was supposed to come out and provide arbitrage in Comdex, because Shanghai was supposed to be based on actual supply and real accounting. I mean, when and if that ever happens, we'll see. But the point is, you have to understand the underlying technology. You have to know what the market is all about. There's too many, what do you call them, parrots in the gold where they don't understand shit. And don't get me wrong, there's parrots in Bitcoin that don't understand nothing about the technology. They don't even understand that it's an alternative form of currency. Just like gold is an alternative form of currency. It's a tangible asset that you physically can use to buy or to participate in the economic pay-to-live world that we're in. So realistically, that's what you have to understand going in. And when you don't understand it, ignorance is like a hole in your wallet that somebody can manipulate. You know, the fact that you don't know what's going on means that you fall prey to people who do know what's going on that use it against you. So education is the key. Financial literacy is what I suggest. And all of that involves you just studying. Pick up a freaking book and turn off your television. Learn about the market that you're participating in and get to the point where you actually have some sort of understanding of what's going on. Realize the world, realize the economic shift that's taking place right now. We're on a financial cliff that nobody believes in. Everybody's like, when paper money is not sustainable in the method of manipulation that's going on right now. Or we can print money till infinity. Not if one of the triggers or multiple triggers go off within the fiat currency market. Well, what are those triggers? Think about this. From a financial literacy standpoint, if the Petro agreement was to dissolve and the younger generation within the House of Saud decides to make energy deals and oil trade deals with Russia or with China and participate in the new Silk Road, then kiss the printing press goodbye. If any one of our foreign asset holders like Japan or China decides to sell or dump U.S. treasuries, then kiss the economy goodbye. If another Lehman Brothers happens, which acts like a catalyst to faith and confidence within the dollar, then kiss our economy goodbye. So there are a number of triggers that can basically cause the next 2008 to rear its ugly head up. We've been pushing it forward, kicking the can down the road, but don't act like you can kick the can forever. Eventually the can wears out and there's no more kicking. It turns into a flat piece of metal that doesn't kick. So we're in a bubble. Everything is inflated. And the answer is not print till infinity. QE to infinity doesn't do anything except make the super rich more rich, because the debt notes that get put into circulation devalues the existing dollars in the working man's pocket. So your dollars have less purchasing power, and there is no trickle-down theory. Reagan lied to you in those economic days because the money stays at the top. So a couple $1 billion a quarter gets pumped into QE to infinity, and it doesn't circulate down. It stays within certain 1% circles, and that's it. So it causes hyperinflation, it causes devaluation, and it doesn't do anything other than inflate the bubble even more. It makes the bubble thinner. So, we're looking at an avalanche that is being held up by a stick, and people are like, oh, it's never gonna happen. You're a fucking idiot. You have no financial literacy, because it's not, what we have right now is not sustainable. Most major banks are insolvent. Any major name them, and I'll tell you that they're in a derivative bubble, and they're playing balance sheet magic with their numbers. So the fact is, if it was based on true accounting, they would be insolvent. They would be in the red. So that's the truthful side of the paper money game that's being played, which is why you should get into Bitcoin, why you should get into gold, and why you should get into silver. Physical metals, no matter what the hell the price is a tangible asset in your hand. So I can pull out gold and still go to a foreign country and still eat, because they know what gold is. They realize that it can be exchanged in small denominations, and depending upon what you're trying to exchange it for, it's going to spend further. It has a higher purchasing power. So that's the key. The key is to get something that has a higher purchasing power, and go for what you know. Go for economic survival in this hectic, chaotic world that we live in. And that's the only thing that I suggest in these videos. I'm not sitting here telling you to go shop at Macy's or do something fucking idiotic. All the dumb shit that goes viral. I'm telling you things that are based in factual, provable, or nowadays Google items that you can verify on your own. So, you need to do something to protect yourself. If you live by the dollar, you're going to die by the dollar. Because the dollar is not sustainable. Paper money is not where it's at. You have to focus on assets, be asset-centric, and then multiply those assets so that you have an income in gold, silver, or Bitcoin. Fuck your income in paper, because it could go away. It could lose all its purchasing power. Now, historically, a lot of paper money has never really gone to its intrinsic value of zero. But Venezuela proves that paper has little purchasing power. Zimbabwe proves the same thing. Okay, so you need to have an alternative. You need to have something else that you can use and still participate in the pay-to-live world. Okay, just suggestions. Keep your eggs in one basket and hope that basket doesn't break or fall.